If you've ever wondered how major international companies get a real foothold in Africa's booming markets, well, a huge part of the answer is found in Casablanca Finance City. In this explainer, we're going to dive into what it is, exactly how it works, and why it's become this essential gateway to the continent. And we're doing it all with some great insights from the experts at MTB Consulting.
This is really the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Africa is just this powerhouse of potential, but it's also made up of 54 different countries, each with its own set of rules and complexities. So how do you plug into all that growth without getting totally lost in the maze? Well, that is the exact problem that Casablanca Finance City was designed to solve.
All right, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the big picture, CFC's role as a strategic gateway. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of what CFC is and, just as important, what it isn't. We'll cover who's eligible, what the perks are, and how you actually get in. And then we'll wrap it all up with the key takeaway. Let's get right to it.
So what's the core idea behind CFC? At its heart, it's meant to be a kind of safe harbor for international investment. Think of it like a launch pad that's fully regulated, built to global standards, and created specifically for companies that want to do business across Africa. It's all about providing stability and a clear, predictable set of rules in a really diverse region.
And this isn't just some concept on paper. This is a real, physical place, a modern business district that's absolutely buzzing with activity. We're talking about a whole community of over 215 companies. You've got big names in finance, global corporations, top-tier consulting firms, all working right there, side by side.
Okay, this next part is so important. To really understand what CFC is all about, you first have to be clear on what it is not. There are quite a few misconceptions out there, so let's just clear the air and debunk them right now.
Let's be crystal clear here. Casablanca Finance City is not a tax haven. It is not some shell company with a mailbox. This is a serious, highly regulated financial hub that plays by the rules of major global players like the OECD and the EU. The entire system is built on one simple but really powerful idea. You have to be a real company, doing real business, on the ground in Morocco. That's what they mean by real economic substance.
So, with that major focus on substance and legitimacy, who exactly can become a part of this CFC ecosystem? Let's break down the kinds of companies that are actually eligible to apply for CFC status.
The door is actually open to a pretty diverse group of businesses, and they fall into four main buckets. First, you have your financial companies, so think banks, insurance firms, investment funds. Then there are technical service providers, like a multinational setting up its regional R&D or IT hub. You also have auxiliary services. These are the lawyers and consultants who support everybody else. And finally, you have trading companies that manage international supply chains.
And this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of the matter. It doesn't matter which of those four categories a company falls into. The one non-negotiable requirement is proving you have a genuine operational presence in Morocco. This isn't just for show, it's a real business operation. So what does real substance actually mean in practice? Well, the checklist is pretty direct. You need to have your actual headquarters and management team on the ground in Morocco. You have to hire qualified local staff and have operating expenses that make sense for your business. You even need a director who is a resident, and you have to prove that key decisions are being made locally. So this isn't some set it and forget it deal. The CFC authority is actively verifying all of this. Okay, so after meeting all of these strict requirements, what's the reward? Why would a company go through this whole process? Well, this is where having CFC status becomes an incredibly powerful tool, because it offers this unique blend of both financial and operational advantages. All right, let's talk about the big one, taxes. The main attraction here is a full 5-year tax holiday. That means for your first 5 years of operation, you pay zero corporate income tax on profits you make from your African business. After that, the rate settles at a very competitive 20%. That 5-year head start, that's a massive incentive.
And the benefits aren't just for the company, they extend to the employees too. To help you attract top international talent, CFC offers a flat personal income tax rate of just 20% for eligible employees, and that can last for up to 10 years. That's a major draw for building a really skilled team in Casablanca.
And the perks don't stop there. For international parent companies, there's no withholding tax on dividends you pay out of Morocco. That's a huge deal. They've also gotten rid of registration fees when you're setting up or expanding your company. And maybe most importantly for a global business, you get a lot of freedom in managing foreign currencies, which just makes moving money internationally so much simpler.
But it's not all just about the money. The practical, day-to-day advantages are just as crucial.
They call the first one a safe landing. It's basically a concierge service that helps you cut through all the red tape of setting up a business, getting work visas, all of that. Then you get Africa Access, which means you can plug into Morocco's huge banking network across the continent. And finally, you get a secure environment, thanks to Morocco's political stability and access to international arbitration if any disputes come up.
So now that we've covered the what and the why, let's take a look at the how. What's the actual process for a company to get this CCFC status?
The path is laid out in 5 pretty clear steps. It all kicks off with a simple letter of intent. After that, you'll need to put together a really comprehensive business plan. Once that's ready, you file the official application. If you make it through that stage, you'll sign their code of ethics. And the final step is getting the green light from the CFC authority, who'll be looking very closely at your business case and, you guessed it, your commitment to real economic substance.
And it's really important to remember that just getting the status isn't the end of the journey. To keep it, you have to stay committed. This means annual reporting back to the CFC authority, paying an annual fee, and most importantly, continuing to demonstrate that core principle, real economic substance.
Okay, let's bring this all together. We've seen that CFC offers this really compelling, compliant, and strategic opportunity. But, navigating that application process and making sure you meet all the substance requirements, that takes careful planning and some real expertise.
So when you put it all together, what is Casablanca Finance City? It's really a powerful combination, a framework that is both highly competitive and incredibly compliant. It's built on those twin pillars of substance and international standards. So for any serious investor who's looking for a stable, efficient, and legitimate gateway to Africa, it's pretty clear that CFC has to be on their radar.
This entire breakdown was made possible with insights from the team at MTB Consulting. If you're thinking this opportunity might be a great fit for you, and you want an expert guide to help navigate the whole process, they are absolutely the people to call. All of their contact information is right there on the screen.